Greetings, it's your girl by Upcycle, and this is hashtag what we're talking. It's about our food and our nutrition. I want to take the time to do a recap of chapter 1 through 6. I think it's important just to kind of drive in the understanding of what I've read, what I've shared, and how important these chapters are to our daily eating. So, I made little cue cards to help so you could read it as I read them off to you. So, chapter 1 was about nutrients, right? And there are 4 macronutrients and 2 micronutrients. And so it just says materials in food that our body needs to grow, have energy, and to stay healthy. So the 4 macro is water, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and the 2 micro is vitamins and minerals. Chapter 2 was about carbohydrates. And these are the chemicals in food, mainly plants, that provide your body with energy. And they broke down the difference between simple carbs and complex carbs. Chapter 3 was about fats. And we need fats because they store energy, transport some vitamins, keep our skin healthy, they insulate our body from the cold, and the fat provides a cushion for our bodies during an injury. And so there are 2 types of fats, the saturated and the unsaturated. Chapter 4 was about proteins. And proteins actually build and repair tissues, bones, cartilage, skin, and blood. And then there was 3 different types of proteins that it spoke about: the complete protein, the incomplete protein, and the complementary protein. I'm sorry. I had a moment there because I was like, did I talk about that one? I believe I did. That's the combination of the 2. So that's what that is. Chapter 5 is about vitamins and are needed for growth and metabolism. There's fat soluble and water soluble. And chapter 6 is about minerals. Make sure you can see it. Minerals needed for many life supporting reactions in our bodies. These ones also have a macro, meaning we need a lot of, and a micro. So there's macro minerals and micro minerals. And the reason why I'm holding these 2 up together is because both the vitamins and minerals are essential because they perform hundreds of roles within the body together. So they actually work in concert with one another. Even though they have their own functions on their own, they also double and have functions when they work together to create other things that support our life. And so, to name a few, is the healing of wounds, the boosting of the immune system, turning food into energy, and cellular repair. It's some of the things that when they come together, like we know that vitamin C allows us to absorb. Vitamin C allows us to absorb calcium. But when you have vitamin C and you have the copper mineral, it allows our bodies to absorb iron. So these are really important together. That's why I have them together. All right, so that's that. I just wanted to do a recap really quick. As you notice that chapter 1 talked about the nutrients, and then each chapter afterwards was about those nutrients. So if you did notice, there wasn't a chapter on water. Water is the first macro nutrient, which means we need a lot, and that was explained in chapter 1, how important water is to actually help move along the process of what the carbohydrates, with the fats, with the proteins, with the vitamins, with the minerals do inside our body. It's like the water is the boat that carries everything through. And so they're all needed together and as one. And you know, I recommend you doing your own research, finding out what really works for you, because what works for one individual doesn't necessarily work for the other in verbatim. So there's so many like diets out there, there's so many ways of eating, so many, I mean, it's just a vast variety of what works for you. So I am not, and once again, I'm going to say I am not an expert. I'm just reading a book and sharing the information. I'm doing extra research on the side that I'm not sharing with you guys. I have my own way that I want to eat. I have followed, for the most part, Dr. Sebi. Let me pull it back. So when I started the transition of eating healthier, it was probably about 10 years ago. It was in 2009 when I decided to go organic. One thing I did notice when I went organic, one of my children stopped having so many tummy issues when we went organic. The issues decreased with the organic food. And I noticed that because when my child would go to other family members and eat non-organic, that child would actually have tummy issues. And so that was kind of my foot into it. And we threw away the microwave, so we don't use the microwave. We heat up our own foods off of the stove and stuff like that. And it was actually like totally feasible, like could totally live like that. I still don't own a microwave. And it's been, 10 years? I still don't own a microwave. We just warm up the food on the stove. And so that was the start of all this. And 10 years later, I realized, sometimes in my eye, I realized that I need to re-educate myself about these things. Like I knew about carbohydrates, fats, and all that. But what I didn't know is the whole macronutrients, micronutrients. I knew they were all important, but until today, this moment when I was filling out these cue cards to do this video, I didn't realize how they were just a piece of a bigger puzzle. And they all, like when you do a puzzle, if there's a piece missing, your puzzle is incomplete. And so that's how I'm looking at it, is all of these 6 nutrients are a piece to a bigger puzzle. And I am the puzzle, right? And without one, I am not complete. So I hope that helped out. I hope somebody gained something from it. If anything, I pray that you just... I'm sorry, I just realized there is a crack in my windshield. Let me end this. So I pray that you share this information with my descendants, and that is very helpful for you. So until next time, peace.